All right, Rory, we are back with a new episode. Today we are joined by hip hop royalty.
Yes.
I mean that in every sense of the word. Grew up listening to these guys.
Now, some people just say hip hop royalty just to say it as an intro. It's a little different. Like
these guys, no. Listen, man.
It's a little different.
I ran home off the school bus to watch Video Music Box. VJ Ralph McDaniels.
Legend.
To catch these guys, see the video. I needed to see what they was wearing. I wanted to see the haircuts they had. I was like all the way in that mode with this group. I'm a little older than you, so
that is true.
You know, you wasn't really outside like that. But today we are joined by the legendary De La Soul.
Absolutely.
Man, we are very honored and privileged to have you come up here. You have no idea what this means
We're
to us
honored
that
to be here, brother.
that you guys came up here, man. Like,
thank you, brother.
This is incredible.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where I'm like, damn, like I'm talking to De La Soul. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
They hit our group chat, like where we talk about guests and everything, and they had the nerve to ask, "Do you guys want De La on?" It's like, why would you ask? Why would you ask some dumbass question like that?
No, you're supposed to just tell us when they're. What time would they be there? Like, what time do we need to be there for them? But gentlemen, it's a pleasure.
Brother.
First of all, rest in peace to Trugoy.
Yes,
no doubt. Thank you.
Got to start there.
Thank you.
But yes, you have a new album coming. We'll get to all of that. But I want to start from the beginning, man. Because like I said, watching you guys growing up in New York City, I'm from the Bronx, and getting to see the videos, and you know, that's how we kind of understood, you know, the fashion. And when I was a kid, we saw what y'all were wearing and the things that y'all was saying. How does it feel now, looking back at all of the things that y'all have accomplished in the culture, the people that y'all have influenced, the artists that y'all have influenced? How does it feel looking back on it? Like, damn, like we accomplished so much. And what feels like it doesn't feel like it was a long time, but it has been a while. But how does it look? How does it feel to look back at that? Like, damn, we started out saying we wanted to do this. Years later, look at everything we accomplished.
First you go, wow, where did the time go?
Right. You do. Yeah.
And the other part, really don't think about it until people like yourselves say something, and then it's that moment of reflection, like, damn, wow, you did some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a blessing. I'm thankful, you know. Back then, I had no idea that what we are all involved with would be as big as it is today, you know, and to still be a significant part of the fabric. It's just God's gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How did Native Tongues exactly come together in that era? Because if I were to like paint a family tree of all the music that I love, it would probably be inspired by y'all, Queen Latifah, Leaders of New School, Tribe. Like that family tree, if you made it, you could put damn near every artist that I love under that family tree. What was in the water at that time? How did y'all even all connect? Tifa being from Jersey, Tribe being from Queens, Leaders of New School in Brooklyn, you guys in Long Island. Like, how did that collection even come together?
It started from us and Jungle being on the same show. We obviously knew who they were. They had already had Jim Browski out and doing what they were doing.
Browski.
Yeah. And so
Crazy
by the
name.
time we had our first single and whatever out and running around doing little shows, we got on the show together. We rocked together. We started talking, and you know, we just like this. And in that era, it was always that easy. Like, yo, man, pleasure to meet you. We love what you doing. Yo, come by the studio, and cats would come by. You know, us being around Paul, that's how we met Milk and Giz, or Light, the same way. So it's like high school, honestly. And then you just start getting into your little cliques in high school. But everyone was really friendly with each other. So Jungle came through, met up with us, you know, or even at Queen's Day.
Queen's Day was when we met Tribe.
We met, Tip roll up, his little voice, like, yo, pass me in, and yo, I'm Q-Tip. And we was like, all right. And so we just all...
It's so funny how those things happen. Like, 'cause there's no social media.
Nah.
This is literally, you have to be in these spaces to meet each other. And then, you know, like, I know what it is now when rappers in the same room. It's that weird thing where you know who each other are. You never met. But you don't want to say what's up first because it's like, yo, what if I extend my hand and he ain't as welcoming?
Yeah, that has happened.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, yo, I fuck with him. I never met him. Do I go over there and say what's up?
That has happened, and I vowed I would never be like that.
Okay.
And that has happened, you know, where you want to introduce yourself, some of your favorites, you know?
Yeah.
And you kind of honored to be a part of this fabric, this fraternity now.
Yeah.
And you get kind of played or sunned or something like that.
Yeah.
And
but it was still different for us because, like, I guess what he's saying is like, you didn't know how he was, but with social media, you already know someone is wild.
Personality.
And if I meet him, how is he gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I get that part. I see you on that.
So for y'all to meet Q-Tip like that, and it's like, yo, he's like, yo, I'm Q-Tip.
Yeah, he was open and just happy, and we showed love, and it just started from there. Us hanging around each other. It was just really that simple. Us hanging around each other, but like I said, at the same time, we hanging around nice and smooth, and we just open and like that.
Hanging around Peeje, brand new being all of that.
So I mean, by the time we just kind of got this little thing between me, Tip, and Africa.
Okay.
I go meet up with them at the crib at Africa's house, and Tip was like, yo, Af, tell Pos what we was just talking about. And he was like, yo, like, whenever we try to do stuff together, why don't we call ourselves Native Tongues? And he was like, cause yo, we kind of look like we speak the same language. I was like, yo, that's dope. I'm gonna go back and tell Mason Dave. Tip was like, yo, I go tell Ali, Fife,
and
Jerobi, and same with him. He said, yo, I'm gonna tell Sammy B and Mike. And everyone was with it. And that was just as simple as that. We just started hanging around each other. Latifah gets signed to Tommy Boy. I remember Light was like, yo, I think y'all signed this girl who was like, I think she's gonna be crazy dope. I was like, yeah. But then Latifah would just hang out at our house. She would come to Long Island, hang at his crib, my crib. And yeah, she just became a part of a family. So we was just hanging out with each other, man.
Yeah.
And it translated to music.
This is so crazy here.
Like it's one of those that like when I hear like Bus Big and Jay-Z went to the same high school, it's like, how does that happen?
How does that happen?
Like,
the universe do that.
Nah, really.
Like how much did Red Alert play a part in everything at that time?
It wasn't a big part at first. It was just like Red was Mike G's uncle.
And we didn't know that.
Which is
crazy.
And didn't even know that.
Yeah.
For real, like, when I found out Red was Mike G's uncle, I go uptown to Mike's crib, and we in the crib working on music. And who comes around peeking around the room like, you? And I'm like, what's Red doing in your house? What is he doing here? Like right in the room, you know? He's like, oh, that's my uncle. Oh, that's my uncle.
Yeah.
When was you going to let us know this?
That would
you
help.
Know what I mean? Like,
knew that.
And when that happened, that's when I felt like I really arrived in this thing. I'm in Red Alert's crib.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no doubt.
House full of records and sneakers and whatnot. And I'm like, and then you see Dougie Fresh come through, Chill Will come through, Barry B come through, like all these different artists, you know, it was crazy.
Were the rumors of Native Tongues starting separate groups, like mixing and matching with different groups, actual thing? Or
that was real. That was real. We, me, Q-Tip, Juju, and Africa, we actually recorded a few things. We was called the Fabulous Fleas. And then I think
me, Sammy B, Dave, Mike G.
What the kids on Zenith Ave.
And another person from our neighborhood named Pop Life.
Yeah.
We were going to be kids on Zenith Ave.
Yeah. So we recorded a bunch of things. Like actually the song, A Roller Skating Jam named Saturdays, that was something I did for Fabulous Fleas. Because Juju did something that was amazing. Africa makes this beat that's crazy. Tip comes up with the chorus. Tip does something to do. I said, damn, what can I do? And then I came up with Saturdays. And so it wasn't until we was working on De La Soul's Dead at that time, but it's like we needed something. So I just said to the guys like, yo, can I take this beat back and do it for De La? And they was like, yeah, take it back. So yeah, Saturdays wasn't even for De La. It was for Fabulous Fleas.
Yeah. I mean, what stopped some of that music from coming out? Just scheduling?
It just didn't. It was more like it was almost like an exercise, and we hanging.
Body didn't realize
getting in shape.
Yeah,
I mean, we were all happy with the opportunity we got to make records.
Yeah,
didn't realize it was going to turn into a career.
Right.
And we all had individual record deals before we became this collective. So people had some really tough decisions to make.
Right.
You know, Africa had a movie deal on the table at the time. I mean, pretty much we was kind of with everything. You know what I mean? Like, we was willing to stop to make certain things happen, but other people had other plans. Latifah had the TV show coming her way. So it was things that was interrupting, you know, on a professional level.
Yeah, but honestly, in the early aspect of Native Tongues, anyone could record it. That was just any other day. You could see KRS-One and KRS-One and be like, yo, I'm about to do a record with this person.
Yeah.
Recording was nothing.
Yeah, it was nothing.
We didn't have, I'm being honest, what like young kids got today, like, yo, you put everything out, you do this. They think with a brand in mind. You were just, you know, flexing your muscles.
Hanging out, making music.
Yeah.
Rap,
Music,
rhyme.
It was regular high school shit.
Yeah, real shit.
Really?
As just a fan, we were talking about the Rock the Bells cruise. In the time of festivals, what would it take for a Native Tongues set or some type of festival to happen of just the Native Tongues clique? Because that would sell out Icon Stadium tomorrow.
Man,
It's like without question.
it's just, and I'm being honest, like De La's always been with it. When Dave was here, we was with it. It's just at certain points, it's just for certain individuals to want to do it, and we can do it.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
That's really it.
It's just really it, man. You know,
I'm not listening. I ain't starting no mess. But you answering that, I kind of feel like I know who you talking about.
I kept it in my head. I didn't say it out loud. I'm not gonna say it out loud.
Yeah,
but
I'm not gonna say it. But because I've watched enough interviews.
He's on the album.
Yeah. I watched enough interviews, and I'm like, okay.
And Maj, one of my favorite producers.
No,
of all time.
100%. But it's like, okay, I understand that. Let's talk about getting to the album, the first album, 3 Feet High and Rising. Classic album.
Thank you.
I mean, y'all got one of the most iconic dunks behind that album. I looked at those sneakers the other day. I was in Flight Club and I was like, I'm about to pull the trigger, man. It's a heavy price tag for it. But I just feel like that's one of the ones, like, you know, I grew up in that time and I just feel like that's just a staple. Like, I just got to be able to say I have that shoe. But when it came time to De La's recording the album, what was that process? Like, what was that feeling, the emotions of, oh shit, this is our first album. Like, we really recording, it's going to come out. Like, what did y'all feel like? What were the conversations like? How did y'all feel in that moment?
it was a whirlwind of happiness. Someone wants to do a deal, because mind you, like single deals was big back then. You know, you have a whole bunch of singles that may not get an album.
Right.
So by the time we got to that second single,
It's slowly going back to that, by the way. But that's a whole nother conversation.
once we got to that single, the second single, Pottos in My Lawn, you know, we knew from Tommy Boy that they want to do an entire album. So at that point, we just happy. All these ideas we all had in our head, along with Paul's ideas, we just start putting it together.
Yeah.
Paul created such a great atmosphere to record in. You know, we thought everyone recorded like that, you know. Like he allowed everyone idea to be heard. He made sure that's how we needed to do things, like, allow people to get their idea across, even if it's something you birthed first.
Okay.
Allow us all to put in these ingredients in the pot. And if it doesn't work, take it out. So it was just such a great atmosphere that we was in, having fun. We had structure. Paul would be like, you know what? So, okay, this song Ghetto thing, Dave, Mersh, you have your rhyme ready for this in the next 2 days. Mace, find some cuts. And we would like follow this homework, but then still have enough time to have fun and try things on the fly. It was just fun. And whoever was hanging out that day, they could wind up on the album. Right. Jungle was on Buddy because they were just there that day. You know what I'm saying? If they, like I always say, if they would have came the following day, they could have been on Ghetto Thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to have even Buddy become what it has become, it's like we didn't plan it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, people was there, get on the album, and it was just a lot of fun just making that album. Just every day coming to the studio, riding the train back and forth, just knowing you're gonna just hear your voice, what was in your head on paper to now on a mic.
Very euphoric time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was Long Island like at that time? Because coming off Peeje, Rakim, like I may be the only person from Queens that loves Long Island. I don't think you guys get your just due at all when it comes to hip hop and what you guys have contributed. What was the island like at that time?
Beautiful by day.
You got Eddie Murphy at the time too.
Yeah. It was
a lot was going on in Long Island.
Beautiful by day.
Yeah. But when that sun go down,
Very grimy.
You didn't want to be in
by night.
Central Islip at that time.
No, you know, there was definitely parts of Long Island that was
crazy.
Very, very grimy.
I mean, more in the music sense.
Yeah. The music sense, everyone was bubbling, like, you know, because the more people who got on, the more you became inspired, you know. What we saw what Eric and Parrish was doing, we was like, oh, that's crazy. And we was like, they're further out than us.
Yeah.
And they got this really hardcore, we were so inspired by that.
Yeah, JVC Falls.
Yeah, all that. And forget it, Rakim, man, listen.
Yeah.
You know, Freddie Fox.
Yeah, all
There
these
was a
dudes.
lot happening. Biz was everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man.
Because you got to realize, yo, all these people, a lot of them,
True Mathematics, remember?
we weren't necessarily born in Long Island. We were like people whose parents moved us to Long Island.
Right.
So we had that city DNA in us. I'm from the Bronx. He's from Brooklyn. Dave was from Brooklyn. A lot of us was like that. You know, we had our connection to our cousins and everything, and we knew what was going on. And we were just out in the forest.
Yeah.
By, you know, the borough standard. We was like out in the boondocks. But, yo, like the music was there. And we was paying attention to it, you know?
Where was Doom at this point? Because after coming off, you know, the third base stuff and everything, Doom being from Long Island as well, like, was he around at that time before he became MF Doom?
KMD days, always around. When Doom lost Sub Rock, when he lost his brother,
Rest in peace. And rest in peace to Doom.
that was hard.
Yeah,
that was
and he disappeared.
yeah, he kind of disappeared. Like, I would see him every now and then, but not much. Because, I mean, honest, like, when he became Doom, I didn't know that was him. I didn't know that was that.
Yeah.
Really?
I had no idea. So I'm hearing
There's
this
a lot of people that knew Doom that had no
He-
fucking. I
his
mean, he
great
gained weight
music
and like
coming out
Yeah.
is dope. By the time you get to the joint with Madlib, I'm like, yo, who is this dude? And I remember Prince Paul was with us, and Paul was like, yo, you know that's Zev, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? And when I found out, I was like, wow, look at this dude.
I mean, what's funny with my age, I knew Doom before I knew third base because I'm 35, so I was introduced to Doom, not anything that was going on. And then like when I would listen to Gasface or watch the performance of Gas, like, holy shit, that's a Doom.
Yeah.
That's the wildest shit ever, and look completely different. Like
Completely.
that story is just insane how that transition happened with him.
Me and him had a connection because, you know, I was heavily at one point reading a lot of books from Dr. York. He was part of the Hebrew Israelites as well. So we had that connection. And I mean, Doom was just so funny, so intelligent. And I mean, all them cats, man, like his brother and all them, Omar and all them, they was like really good dudes. Really good dudes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the second album, De La Soul is Dead. Now that album was the content of it was a little different. Obviously, 3 Feet High and Rising, probably one of the most iconic debut albums in hip hop history. But the second album, the tone was a little different. Y'all touched on where y'all felt like hip hop was headed, the energy in hip hop, and it's, you know, looking back, that was 91. How do y'all feel about where hip hop is today? Because the things that y'all were addressing on that album, and just, you know, the energy, the violence in hip hop, and it just the direction of it just felt like it was a little, you know, now where hip hop is today. Like, how does De La sit back and look at just the culture and where it stands?
It's hard, man, to really say it as a group because my algorithms is different than his. Like, we're really on these streams for real. Like, I look for just always creative and dope music, so I get fed that. I don't necessarily get fed a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not in alignment with, in a sense.
Yeah.
But even with that being said, I've always been open to what anyone presents. I don't got to be with it, but
Yeah.
I never felt like I got to be the old dude and be like, yo, these dudes is whack and that.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of shit out here that's horrible.
Right.
But come on, B, like there was a lot of shit that was horrible
Back then.
when we was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of tapes that I can go back and play where I was taping Marley Marl and taping Red Alert, and there was a lot of fodder in between the jewels.
Right.
So, I mean, that's always been there, man. It's always been a part of it. So I just feel like there is really good music out, but the problem is that it's just too much.
Yeah.
So it's too much for your mind to kind of take in, and why our attention spans is just so short these days.
Yeah.
You know, you can have someone on this one site that you go and see these people and they got like 2 million followers. And you be like, yo, who is this person? You start listening like, yo, I never heard of this person. You realize like, wait, they had an album out 2016?
Yeah.
They live in this one area
Yeah.
of space on the internet that if you don't go to that space, you won't
You'll
know.
never know about it.
Yeah, so that is really hard to get used to, especially if you're not a person who goes and try to discover music.
Yeah.
You know?
Speaking of that era, going into Stakes is High, this must have been like 15 years ago. I went to watch Peter Rosenberg interview Ninth Wonder and Fonte live, and they were talking about this theory that in 1996 is when everything split, where you either went with It Was Written Nas, and then you ended up in the shiny suits, bad boy everything. But if you went down the De La Stakes is High shit, that's how you got to Slum, that's how you got to Dilla, that's how you got to Little Brother. Do you think the underground started in 96 with Stakes is High? Like, did that start the quote unquote underground hip hop wave?
The underground started in the 80s when it was all of it was underground. You know, when we started to get notoriety and popularity as a culture and having records sold and success, the split became with the industry dividing us.
Okay.
You know, having this kind of hip hop and that kind of hip hop. Because we came from the era where we were all under one roof.
Yeah.
And we shared the culture, we shared the audiences. If Too Short audience didn't know us, we was on a tour with him.
Right.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You know, and whoever was strong in whatever markets, they would headline. You know? So it was a strong sense of camaraderie, you know, amongst the artists, especially at that time. Community, and it changed with the competitive nature of selling records.
Yeah.
And then I think, this is just my highly subjective opinion, anything that's moving positive and uplifting people, powers that be is trying to figure out how to stop that shit.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So that's when, mid-90s, the divide started to happen. And who was conscious enough to be down with that approach went with it. You know what I'm saying?
And then even to a point where, as May said, our first tour in 89, we were all like us, LL, Slick Rick, Peeje, NWA, Too Short.
I was going to say, my
Every now
brother
and
told me
again,
that
Tone Loc,
NWA brought out LL or introduced it on some show. I was like, wait, what? Or LL?
Well, LL had the Nitro Tour. So the Nitro Tour started off as LL, Slick Rick, De La. And then Rush Management, that we were all managed by, they started adding all the other artists too, because for certain markets, ticket sales may have needed help.
Right.
Let alone when we got to the West Coast side, they made sure that Too Short was on there, NWA. NWA was just so killing
Every
it.
now and again, JJ Fad.
Yeah. Special Ed would show up here and there.
Yeah.
But as it's just to May's point, it was all these different artists on one tour. So when you're talking about when the 90s really was getting into play, like not even mid yet, but early 90s, when you're going to have the Rough Riders or something like that, like they can have these artists that are more in the vein of who they are. They're starting to be on the same tour. And then De La and Common Sense and Pharoah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where, like I said, like late 80s, everyone will always be
It was a
together.
gumbo pot.
Yeah. You know, so that had started to happen as well to kind of separate us.
Yeah.
You know?
And each era had whack music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
You know,
absolutely.
I think the difference today, it's okay to bite.
sure.
A lot of biting going on.
That's one thing we talked about. I'm like, yo, you
Yeah.
used to get like basically like exiled from the culture if you was caught biting another person's, even their tone.
Look how, and I say this with all respect, like, look how legendary, amazing. RZA name is synonymous with the culture.
Yeah.
He's synonymous with the culture. Forget Wu-Tang. RZA is the culture.
Right.
But when RZA first came out, Cass was like, yo, who's this nigga who sound like Sir Abu?
Right.
Sir Abu, Holy War was the dopest hip-hop one of the dopest hip-hop records, underground records to us. So he was like, yo, this dude sound like Sir Abu. So you was already like,
This was Prince Rakeem days, or when he was RZA?
Prince Rakeem. The first time you heard RZA as Prince Rakeem, he sounded like Sir Abu, who had the Holy War record that even, Ghost brought back on the Mighty Healthy, like, chorus. Like, that was Sir Abu's lyrics. Like, so we was like, so biting, or what you perceived as biting, was a big thing. So like, and then RZA obviously easily proved that nah, he's official. Like, this dude is who he is. But yeah, man, it was a big thing to try to make sure that you was creative and you stayed in your lane of what you did.
Well, Daylight, y'all was definitely, speaking of that, so unique, so colorful. Like, it was like y'all made it cool. Again, I'm speaking from what I remember, to have fun. I remember Kwame, Kid and Play. Like, it was always that area of rap where it's like, yo, we ain't gotta be hardcore all the time. Like, we could have fun, we could dance,
Kid and Play.
We could be conscious, we could be, we could think about what we doing and things like that. And even today that still exists, but the way y'all did it though was in a way where it was like, it didn't seem like you had to go too far into that world. It was like, yo, y'all made it so palatable to just be thought-provoking, to say some cool shit, to look cool saying it. Was that always something y'all thought about, or was that just y'all being yourselves?
That was just being us.
And ourselves.
Yeah, man, it really was.
Our brand, surroundings, play a big part of that.
Yeah. No, I mean, and it's no different than what you even see in someone who's blessed to be who they are and win, this high regard as Outkast. Like, those dudes are just being who they are. And then you can see that, like, maybe Dre and Gip, they egged each other on. It was, and it makes me think of how me and Dave was. Like, Dave would be like, yo, man, I'm going to go get my pop's old pants. I'm going to tape them up. I'm going to wear them with these spot belts. I was like, word. Then I would find my father's old bell bottoms. Dave, his mom knew how to stitch, and Dave showed me how to sew. So we was just egging each other on and inspiring each other, and that went into the music. So what we was doing together as three dudes and showing different aspects of ourselves, but then we get around Jungle and then they showing what they doing, and then Tribe, like, we was just inspiring each other and showing, like, yo, if Tip can do it, I know I can do it. And Tip is like, yo, if Dave can do it, I know I can do it. We were just inspiring each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And even on, like, the branding and fashion side, and again, I'm not here to, like, shit on the current generation, but, like, the way that you guys dressed and branded everything was authentic to what you guys were doing. I'm not knocking anyone that wears designer or anything like that, but that is also missing in hip hop. I feel like
originality,
how you actually dress. Like, listen, everybody in Queensbridge dressed that way because that's how everyone in Queensbridge dressed. It wasn't. They were not all buying whatever the mannequin was at the mall. Like, this is really authentic to what we are doing at this time. That has completely gone missing. Like, I think Virgil did a great job in merging those type of worlds, but that shit, I think Odd Future was maybe good at it, but even that was more on the Supreme side. But that has been lost when it comes to branding and marketing. The authenticity of where you're from and how you dress is not based off, like, high-end brand shit. Like,
but do you
think y'all didn't go to Roosevelt Fields and just fucking buy the mannequin? Like,
I mean, well, you're right, and like you said, it's like, even like on our brothers on the west side of things, like, you was like, yo, look how they dress, look how they're putting things together.
Yeah, NWA.
Yeah, but
it wasn't marketing. It was authentic, but it became marketing.
Yeah, I just think when the crossroads of the internet came into play,
that's where it got.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because even we saw it just even before the internet, where if we went to Japan was paying so much attention to what we were doing. They were going to, they thought, like, to do this is how I had to dress. Opposed to, nah, you do it because this is how you feel and you want to now contribute this to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they thought, understandably, like, Germany, wherever we went, it's like, yo, the starter kit is to look it.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, not really.
This is just what we like.
Feel it.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
right.
But
Yeah, I mean, because even like you brought up Outkast with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like Big Boy going up with the fur and 3 Stacks going up with denim rolled up.
Yeah.
Like it was the perfect example of that.
They
like
went
this
in
is
like
who
Outkast.
they are.
Yeah, they went in as Outkast.
Yeah.
That was how did y'all feel like just watching that? Like what did that mean to De La Soul to see Outkast
man,
going
I was
into the
proud
Rock
of
and
them.
Roll?
proud of them, dude.
I was extremely
Everything,
proud.
you know, we toured a while with Goody Mob, us, Goody Mob, and Fishbone. We did this banging tour called Milky Way Tour. So I love those brothers, and to even every now and then to be around Big Boy and Dre, there was some great, good dudes, and everything they got, they deserve every part of it, because just like us, it wasn't planned. They didn't try to do it. They were naturally like that.
Yeah.
You know, you have what inspires you. You even have when people make you feel like you ain't it. That inspires you. You be like, yo, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
That's how it was for them on the Source Awards. Like, yo, we gonna show you. Like, South got something to say. And
Right.
boy, did they prove it. Like, so them brothers,
And the
man.
courage they had to make the type of records they made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, man.
No,
But I bet for them, they didn't look at it as like, yo, we about to jump out the limb on this one. They just thought they was doing what they needed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, even when they became superstars, they would take.
Yeah.
I think if Childish Gambino said nobody takes risks when they're at their peak anymore, and like that's what they were doing when you were at the highest form.
Yeah.
Outkast was like,
Yeah.
well, we going this way,
Right.
even though we're superstars at this
Exactly.
point. Like we're pop right now, and we're gonna go this way.
It was just incredible to watch that moment, man. We talked about it, and to just see them, because I remember the first time I probably saw an Outkast video, and whenever I hear, people say, "Oh, New York never fuck with the South," I'm like, "Y'all are bugging." Like when we first saw, well, let me speak for myself. When I first saw Outkast and just the way they was rapping and the way they wore the jerseys and this and that third, and I'm like, "Yo, this how they get down in Atlanta?" Like it was like, "Oh, this is familiar." Like this is not as far left as we might try to make it seem. Like we're more alike than we are different.
It is definitely that, and I always do my best to point out to people like, yo, the majority of New York rappers' parents were from the South.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
My mother's from Waynesboro, Georgia. My father's from Rocky Mountain, North Carolina. They wouldn't allow me to spend a summer in the Bronx.
I want to say, unfortunately and fortunately, your situation with Tommy Boy got very public. And I think it's a little fucked up that personal business has to be put out to the public like that. But I do think it was definitely something that needed to be put on Front Street of how the music business works.
Well, my thought process of it at that time period was my fans are my team. Our office is the stage.
Yeah.
Being in public is pretty much our office. So let's bring back office talk to the front of the office.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's how I felt. Let's bring it to the front of the office. Let's bring the things people don't know what happens in the back office, even the people who are on the promo team and all of that, because a lot of people don't know the intricacies of these deals,
Yeah.
So when the negotiation was just being a struggling point and very stern and unfair, it was time to bring it to the front, because it never works out in the back.
Yeah.
Never.
The more they could keep it quiet,
it was
the more
just
they could fuck you over.
It was another strategy to bring it to the front by starting that boycott. You know what I mean? Because it was...
And mind you, I just want to make sure we clear, we didn't start a boycott.
No.
We was putting them on Front Street,
Yeah.
and the fans started the
boycott.
Fuck
Yeah.
Tommy Boy.
That's
We didn't
true.
do that.
Okay. That's
we
very
didn't.
true.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because we would never be on it like fuck Tommy Boy, because we got other artists that we love that was on Tommy Boy and they get paid. We would never tell you to stop
Support Tommy.
supporting Tommy Boy
Yeah.
artists and their music. We wouldn't want you to not support Latifah or Naughty by Nature, whatever.
Yeah.
We were just saying put a pause on De La stuff. If this De La stuff drops,
Yeah.
yo, don't play it until we work out what we need to work out. That's
Yeah, we talked about that, like in that whole moment, like just how important it was, that stance that y'all made. And you know what I'm saying? Because obviously the business has changed so much, especially since y'all have been a part of it.
Yeah.
how do y'all feel about it though? Like the whole sampling and having to clear things and the DSPs and all of these things. Like how do y'all feel? One, it hinders the art and maybe helps the business at the same time. Like how do y'all feel about that whole stance with just sampling and clearing and things like that?
I'm good on doing business, and we stand up for our art all the time. Like, you know, if we want this song called Ring, 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 and we got to pay for this Help Is On The Way sample, let's pay for it because we feel like we've made something that our fan base will love, and we're taking a cut of this publishing and giving it to you, sir, or whoever. We were with it. We was with that. And we were the ones who would decide to put 4 samples or 3 samples and things. So that's on us.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. I think taking care of business is taking care of business. I must be honest, because this has happened recently, even when it came to this album, and Sean C's in the house, and I'm not saying names.
Shout out to Sean C.
Legend.
Shout out to Sean C. But I don't like when rappers get on it like they want a piece of something. I don't like that. Because yo,
Sean laughing over there. It's funny.
We all together though. Like, yo, to hear Premier cut my voice in this record, what I want to, that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Thank you for that. Yeah.
And to hear like us pay homage to like people who came after or came before us or even after us, and you want to like, I think we should just be together on that. Like, yo, like we hip hop together. Like, don't be the one trying to stop us or like stick us up because we put your voice in something. I think that shit is whack.
Yeah. I saw
hate that
Smokey
shit.
Robinson, he was talking about that same thing and how he clears all samples. Like anybody want to sample any of his, because he said, well, one, I'm gonna get paid. 2 is keeping my name in the conversation. And he said, and if guys who weren't even born when I made this record are inspired by art that I created, and they want to use
the music to live in another space.
Yeah.
long after I'm gone.
Right.
Let it
The
continue.
amount of
to
music
live.
I discovered just based off hip hop samples, like when I just started digging into what that sample was, has changed my whole musical brain.
Like, I get it. You can have someone who be like, nah, but this is this art that I made. So, you know, you can have George Harrison, Beatles, who will be like, yo, you can't sample my stuff, or this other artist. Okay, we get it, you know? But like you said, there's a lot of artists who are very open to it. They see it's lucrative, but they're just open to art.
Yeah.
And willing to let you do it. And so if you take care of business, that's what it always was. I mean, unfortunately, at one point, that's what we got into with, you know, our former label, because they treated the first album like it was a New York single. So you had art, you know, you had record labels who would put out these singles that would sell, you know, 2,000 whatever copies, and cool, that's here, you know. But they treated the album like that, and this album became a hit record everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a hit album. And so when you didn't clear the samples, of course someone's gonna be like, hey, we're Steely Dan, and or hey, we're the Turtles, and y'all didn't clear this. And that's what happened. So
people are
And is that
doing
y'all
business
responsibility
as
though, or
such.
the labels?
They're
That, I
doing-
mean, that's kind of my thing.
Well,
Sorry, what
that's
you
why
said?
you.
is it our responsibility or the labels? Well,
the labels.
it's the labels' responsibility, because we were young kids and we didn't know nothing about publishing and all that, but we knew about
We knew we needed
getting
to get permission.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
understood that.
Well, I know you're thinking about upgrading to the all-new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever, but are you also thinking about all that traffic on your way to the store and transferring all your data, congestion, pricing, everything going on in New York is crazy? Well, I have good news for you. When you order a new phone online with Boost Mobile, they'll send an expert to your home or work to deliver your brand new iPhone 17 Pro, and you get set up on Boost Mobile within minutes, no hassle whatsoever.
That's right. Visit boostmobile.com to get started. Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com. Terms apply.
Today's show is brought to you by our new presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet Mall. I know anytime you think of Hard Rock, you're thinking of casinos, hotels, maybe the Rolling Stones.
Right.
I don't know always what you think when you think of Hard Rock. But the Hard Rock Bet app is sports betting, and it hits a little different than the other sportsbook apps. It's super easy to use. It's packed with new promos every day. Starting with your first bet, new customers can place a $5 bet, which is easy. Just get your feet wet a little bit.
Simple.
If it hits, not only do you get your winnings, but you get an extra $150 in bonus bets. NBA season is here, Maul. I don't know. Jalen's down. I'm usually betting on the Knicks, but with Jalen down, I'm.
It changes things a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Betting against my guys hurts, but
Yeah.
it may have to go that way.
Plus, all week on Hard Rock Bet, you can get a new NBA parlay boost for the games, boost your same game parlay or SGP Max, so your bet pays extra winnings, or you need some extra money on top of that bet that you got going.
For sure.
Payable and bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida in Florida. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC in all of the states. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, or Virginia to play. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, we're back. We had to do a pause break.
Called technical difficulty.
More or less. We were talking about it being Tommy Boy's responsibility to clear those samples, and you guys were young and just making music at that time. You knew about getting clearances, but you know
we didn't know the
fell
process.
on y'all.
Understand
Yeah, that
everything.
fell on the label. All the administration falls on the label.
Yeah.
That's part of their job. We bake the cake, you sell the cake.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know?
Coming off the Tommy Boy deal, how did this entire Mass Appeal year come together? Like, we've been talking nonstop.
Why Mass Appeal?
Like,
Why?
I know there's no Grammys for labels, but there needs to be some type of award that goes to Mass Appeal for everything that they have pulled off this year. Not only just pulling it off with integrity, with grace, with being extra delicate, even with the Mobb Deep stuff. Like, the music actually hits as well. Of course, we see that list and it's like, of course I want to hear from these guys.
Yeah.
But when the music hits as well, I think that's a different type of stat. Did Peter, Nas, and how did this whole thing come together when they had this list?
Peter.
Like, was it one big group chat?
Well, no.
How did this happen?
Peter and Nas have been trying to get us to rock with them for a minute. Honestly, when we did the album and the Anonymous Nobody, there was a point where it could have been with them. Quite honestly, Cobalt, who we distributed it through, they just came with a kind of a better deal. We was like, yo, we're just gonna go this route. So Peter had been always trying to get something rocking with us. We were supposed to then do this premium soul on the Rocks record, where it would have been De La, Pete Rock, and Premier. So that was signed and everything with the deal we was doing Mass Appeal. But then that came about right when we got into this battle with Tommy Boy. Dave Health was a little crazy. And in times when we would try to link up, maybe Pete wasn't available. He's on a DJ gig, same with Premier. So the album just basically never happened, especially once Dave died. It was like, that was out the water.
Yeah.
Pete hollered at us early this year, like, yo, man, we doing this Legends thing. Would love to have y'all be a part of it. I was like, yo, if Mace with it, I'm with it. I would love to do it. In my mind, I'm willing to get some music out and speak my mind, because I just got some things I would like to get out anyway.
Yeah.
So right from there, we were just off and running. I mean, we had a few things in the can from what Pete had produced, some stuff from what Preem had got done, but there was a bunch of stuff as well that Dave was on from other producers. Like, we had the Jake One joint.
Okay.
We had a few Super Dave West joints with Dave voice on it. So we was like, yo, and I even thought about it like, well, yo, do I take some of this stuff and give it to Preem to do? And Preem even shut that down. Preem was like, nah, this Dave West joint is, I'm not touching that.
This is done.
This is done. So that's when the album just opened up to like, okay, it won't be a premium soul on the Rocks record. It'll just be a conventional De La album with different producers, blah, blah, blah. And we just went off and running in that direction. And
I'm glad though it has Preem and Pete Rock's presence though, in a strong way. Because it actually makes up for the void of premium soul on the Rocks.
Yeah.
How many joints did Preem do and how many did Pete do?
Pete, with Dave on it, well, you talking about on this album?
Yeah.
Pete got 4, Preem got 3. Yeah. And then we got some stuff was produced by us. You got Knots who came in and did some. Jake One, as I said, Super Dave West. And that's really our people's Eric. He's down with Little Dragon. He got one on there with his man Joshua.
One of my favorite joints on there. That Little Dragon. When they sent us the link, I was like, okay, let me see what the Little Dragon. That's probably in my top 3 off the entire project. That Little Dragon record is fucking crazy.
Saying that. Yo, man.
Like unexpected.
Yeah, man. It's something for everyone, I feel, man. Like it's something for you to really, because we've always tried to do music like that. And I'm glad we were able to accomplish balance with our albums. Like it wasn't about like everything gotta be sad, everything gotta be angry, everything gotta be happy. We tried to like always throw some jewels. Like if you had a Saturdays, if you had a Me, Myself, and I, you had a ghetto thing. Like we always tried to do that. And we got better and better at it. So yeah, this album, man, I'm so proud of it, man.
Yeah.
I'm very, very proud of this album.
No, I'm definitely, it makes sense. Everything what Master Pill's been doing this year. We heard the Mob joint, the Big L joint, and then, when they sent us the De La project.
Slick Rick as well.
Yeah, Slick. I'm looking at Rory like, yo, what the fuck is Master Pill doing? Because, we talk about the void in hip hop and how it's the originality is kind of lacking. And then, now coming out, there's no, hip hop rap songs in the top 40 for the first time in 30 something years, which essentially means the labels are not putting money behind the songs and things like that. Are they wrong for that? What's the return on the investment?
Yeah.
A lot of these artists are not really making the money back for these labels. You may have a big song, but it's like you're not selling no tickets. Nobody wants to come see you. Like a lot of artists that we've seen have huge followings and they announce a tour and then they announce that the tour is canceled. You know what I mean? We know why. You know what I mean? You get back, it's like, yo, bro, we're not selling no seats.
Yeah.
But to hear De La in 2025 and what y'all did with this project, with this album, I think it speaks to just a different attention to detail that I think comes from the era that y'all came from when it came to, the art of hip hop and making sure that certain things always remain. Like we have to have this, we have to pay attention to that. Where now it's like, these guys get a song, they make a song and it's like, oh, it's streaming all of this, but it's like, you don't feel that record.
Yeah.
And I talk to it a lot. I don't know if it's because of the way we consume music. I love the fact that I can open my phone and listen to any song I want to, but I also recognize the detachment in it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm listening to the De La album and I'm playing it from my phone and I got it on the speakers in the house, somebody called my phone.
Yeah, it interrupts.
It interrupts the whole thing. And I might not go back to the album today.
Yeah.
Because that phone call might be like, yo, meet me downstairs. Yo, go ahead. Now I'm not even going back to that, whereas before, I went to the Wiz to buy the album.
Exactly.
I go home, I bust it open, I'm looking at the artwork, the credits, I'm reading the thank yous and who produced and while the record is playing. So it's a different attachment that I had to some of my favorite projects versus now I'm like, damn, I love that album.
Yeah.
But then I look at Rory and I'm like, yo, I haven't played that album after the first week it came out. I haven't played it. Love it, but it's no attachment to it.
The DJ Drama Young Jeezy record, I love that record.
Yeah.
I played it and like you even said, like the next thing you know, like, oh wow, I haven't played that in the last 2 weeks. Like it just like
the attachment is there.
Yeah, because it's almost like you said, it's almost like if we walk around with it's the streaming service that I got that gives me everything opposed that it's the album, the CD I bought and I purchased that's giving me something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have infinity in your pocket.
Yeah.
Let alone just having one CD for that day. Like this is the one I'm gonna stay with. How intentional were the features on this?
As it always been for us.
I mean, you guys haven't been super feature heavy in your careers like that.
No, we got a little crazy with it when we did Mosaic Thump.
Yeah.
And then Anonymous,
but even then, the features are more like instruments to the record. You hear these people as instruments that's missing to the song.
Yeah.
Like Redman to Ooh, it just made sense. You know what I mean? So when we hear it like that, we try to reach out. And it'll also be a pecking order because it's like, okay, you got your wish list.
Yeah.
But then, okay, who would be second or third if these people don't work out? You know what I mean?
No, that's without question because like say, that's a great example of even like Dave, like say on the last album, Anonymous is Nobody, and we had the Houdini record and Dave was like, yo, yo, Merce, like for some reason, I just hear 2 Chainz on this record. Word? He's like, yeah, man, like, I think like him doing the chorus. And so I said, yo, let's reach out. And then we reached out and he's like, yo, I don't want to do the chorus. I want to rhyme. I was like, all right. So yeah, that's what it is. It's always that intention of like, not just making a record with Common or making a record with 2 Chainz because I just say I just did it.
Yeah.
It feels like it needs that person. And then we then reach out and then for them to want to be a part, it organically all works together correctly.
And another part of it too, when it came to 2 Chainz, it was like the fans was bugging. He dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what you think you're hearing,
Yeah.
but I think it's important for us to let you know what we stand with.
Yo, the crazy thing is like, and then even in saying that, like, and cats would be like, word, De La and 2 Chainz. And when they heard the record, it was like,
okay.
Oh,
all right.
shit.
We've had that conversation with Royce. We've had that conversation with Jay Elect of like 2 Chainz is respected in both sides. Like,
like people don't know he can really
real
rap.
MCs love 2 Chainz.
Really
Like,
he can really rap.
it's like
Titty
Chainz
Boy.
can rap.
Titty Boy can rhyme his ass off.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With Killer Mike, and forgive me because the link they sent us has ... I don't know the full title, but the Mama record with Killer Mike.
Yeah. A quick 16 for Mama.
Yeah. How did that come together with just that idea? Was that a conversation in the studio prior to like the approach?
Not sent because that was produced by Knots.
Yeah.
Sent a bunch of stuff
legend.
that was crazy. But I always try to take time and you hear something that was amazing, but I always try to be like, yo, let me listen to it the following day. Okay. And then all of a sudden in the list of stuff that you think is crazy, like, all right. Okay, I can push this one to the side. And I just also start looking at what I have already and what I need. So not like these 3 Knot records that sound like I can write these crazy rhymes to, but what's missing from the album? And that record where the voice is saying what she's saying, what Mama told me, you gotta, one thing, you gotta hustle for it. And I was like, yo, this could be a great record where I talk about my mother who ain't here and maybe get on with another MC who mother wasn't here. So it had to be an MC who mom's was gone with transition.
Yeah.
And the first, right off the bat, I was like, it was either gonna be Killer Mike, and I was like, Bun B, and I wasn't sure if, his mom's had passed, but I was like, I just hear Bun or Killer Mike. I just heard it, and then I was like, yo, it should be Mike. And then the crazy thing is, Nas, he was already doing his thing with all the albums on the Legends joints. Like, he wanted to rhyme on every album, which was dope to do. So Sean was like, Sean C was like, yo, we need this joint for Nas to get on. And then he was like, yo, why don't you try this one? I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, Nas, he been rocking on like something smooth. He did something for Mob on that era. I said, all right, let's try. But I just always thought it should be Killer Mike. We gave it to Nas. Nas does something. I didn't hear it yet, but he needed to then change something. And so then days become weeks. I still haven't heard what he's done. I'm like, so yo, when I'm gonna hear what you did to it? And then Sean C comes back like, yo, I think Nas wanna rhyme. I was like, all right, let's get him something else. I was like, so let's go back to my idea. Let's put Killer Mike on this end.
Yeah.
Forget it, like
crazy.
Killer Mike floored it.
Yeah.
Then how did Run It Back end up with Nas at that point? Because I was debating with some people today. It's between the Big L single, his verse about P on the Mobb Deep one. I think his verse on the De La album might be number 1 out of this whole mass appeal.
Well, what's wild?
I even texted Leon Thomas and I said, yo, Nas just name drops you on a verse.
Crazy.
Like
That's
he was like, yo, that's
shit.
the craziest text I've ever gotten.
Yeah, the crazy thing though, we already had a good amount of records, compiled for this album. Run It Back wasn't even a part of it. Black Thought is in the studio, Sean C's in the studio, some of our people's in the studio. I just happened to be on my computer doing something, and my computer's hooked up to the speaker, and I just played it because this was something that, me and Dave West had going on. Thought is on his phone. He looks up immediately like, yo, like, what's that though? I was like, oh.
Which is the famous rapper I'm about to smoke. Yo, what's that?
Yeah.
What's that? And I was like, oh, nah, this is something. And Sean Steve's like, nah, B. You've been holding out. I'm like, nah. It was like, what's that? I'm like, all right, it's this record. He said, nah, that got to go on the album. Like him and so I was like, all right, well, okay, we'll put this on the album. So then that's like a few days that passed. I was like, yo, maybe. I was like to Sean Steve's like, yo, maybe this should be the one we give the Nas.
So Black thought A&R the Nas record.
Yeah, he was like, yo,
That's
like
crazy.
that got to go on the record.
Yeah.
And like, so when I gave it to Sean to give to Nas, probably about a day, like that day he got it, probably like later that night, I get this call like about 1 a.m, and I'm like, yo, who the hell calling my phone? And I look up and it's Sean C. Sean's like, yo, I'm texting you like, Nas needs you to call him right now. I'm like, all right, he got 2 verses. For what? For the running back?
He got 2 verses. For what?
For the whole Massive Appeal thing?
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, I need you to hear this. So like I said, yo, send me the joint. Like, yo, I mean that, and the verse that made it is the first verse he played. It was
No, that verse
crazy.
is,
Yeah,
and the stuff he's addressing on there is super important to everything. I love that he shouted out Doechii. I love Doja, SZA. Like I loved everything that he shouted out to Shaboozey. Like he made points on there that's up there. B-Dot at the end of the year, that one might be verse of the year.
It's gonna be talked about. It's
definitely one of those.
He definitely bodied that.
Yeah, Nas has been in. I mean, it's Nas, so
Yeah.
But he's been in a different type of shape this year. Every time he shows up on these projects, I'm
That's
like,
how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
But again, a different era.
Yeah.
Like whenever y'all hear me, I gotta make sure like it's always A1 because again, you know, you don't want to give none of these new cats room to be like, yeah, he falling off. Yeah. And even if he is, it's like, okay, 30-something years later, like, all right, bet he should be.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Cabin in the Sky, how did y'all come up with the name?
beautiful title, by the way.
Thank you, man. Just watching TV one day, I'm on Prime Video trying to find a movie, and this movie, Cabin in the Sky, comes up.
Mm-hmm.
I had never heard of the movie, didn't know it was a play as well. Mm-hmm. See the names, I see Lena Horne's in this movie. But as soon as I saw the title, I was like, wow, this is a dope title for the album. Because it just immediately made me think of Dave. Yeah. Immediately, for whatever the reason. Like, before you even know the reason, like, you're already thinking it. Yeah. And I was like, I think it's this one. And I'd already had a title written down that I thought, like, I'm going to maybe think about it and maybe share it with Mason. It was something like After the Finish Line, then subtitle like, Where Do You Go? I had that.
I like that.
Well, it was cool, but then me and Sean have been texting me back and forth that day. So when I just came on to the title of Cabin in the Sky, I called this nigga like, yo, what do you think of Cabin in the Sky? And he was like, what, for the title of the album? He was like, yo, that's dope. That's it. Yo, Merce, that's it. And I was like, well, I got to talk to Mace. And I told him the one title, the you know, the After the Finish Line. He said, no, I see where you're going with that. But he's like, yo, Cabin in the Sky, like it feels right. It like it feels like something you want to say for an album title. And so I was like, yo, man, let me think about this. Let me tell Mace. But like, on my computer, from that point, at that point, my playlist had just said De La Soul new album 2025. And then I was just trying to put the new configuration of the playlist onto my phone. And for some reason, it just wasn't connecting, wouldn't drop into my phone. And something in me was like, yo, change it to Cabin in the Sky. And once I did that, it went into my phone.
There you go.
And I was like,
that's it.
This is the title. Yeah. This is it.
Yeah.
What's Dave's legacy to you on a personal level? Not in music, just who he was as a human being.
My brother, my mentor. He was my judge. He was a judgy ass motherfucker.
Lord.
He was my judge and juror.
Oh my God.
Yo, I mean, that man, I love that dude. Like, I did a lot of things to hope. Like, when Dave said he loved something I did, like, it meant a lot to me because, like, he was my big brother.
Yeah, it meant a lot to both of us.
Yeah, like, he was my big brother.
Yeah,
and
his approval.
Yeah, it meant a lot, you know? Because Dave was picky.
Very picky.
Dave didn't like
Love
our
it
shit.
today, hate it tomorrow.
Yeah.
You need
I used
that.
to be like, yo, I used to
That's
like,
so necessary.
I used to be like, yo, you don't like me, man?
Is it me?
What happened?
And now you in the booth not even doing it for you.
He
Like,
does
I'll
it
make
to
sure
everybody.
Yeah,
though. You know what I'm saying?
Dave didn't
You know,
give a shit about this industry.
I would challenge him. I would really challenge him on coming out of his comfort zone, though. Because he falls into he would fall into a comfort zone, and like, especially with working with Preem, it was like, nah, nigga, you got Preem like Dizzy Gillespie. We gotta go to the studio and work with this dude. You know what I mean? You gonna cook. You gotta cook the way he cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we're not sending the meal.
We're going to cook up from scratch.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat at the dinner table. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
don't want it to be cooked. Then taste it, say nah, and he'll just move another kitchen and cook another.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, I have a few things I want to touch on. One being the Chappelle Show was a huge part of my teenage years. That definitely shaped me in a certain way culturally. Like Chappelle Show was it for me at the time. What was that like with that live performance in real time? Like, did you guys know how impactful that first season? I know Dave was your man before that, and like, but if you go through the first season of performances, it's fucking insane. Like, that could be a greatest hits album based off what he did with that. Like, did y'all know how culturally impactful that was going to be at the time? Like, was that just a, hey, yo, we get on the tour bus, let's just shoot something?
Yeah, like it was like we had an idea, like, yo, let's try it on a tour bus, whatever. Like, we were just rocking with our peoples because it was still that same camaraderie we had when we was doing albums earlier. Like, yo, I'm rocking with this person because he's our peoples, and let's just make something. Let's do something. Same way, like, yo, Dave, we know you. Like, you got this show? Cool. Like, you need us to perform?
And it was more or less following Dave's lead.
Yeah.
Just because of what his vision was.
Yeah.
You know?
How important is Yummy to De La?
Yummy is like
my little sister,
my
man.
little sister.
I've been knowing her. We've been knowing her since she was a baby.
Like baby, like,
you know what I mean?
Like, I don't know, maybe 15. Like,
she
a lot of people don't know.
Album, by the way,
Shaka Khan is her godmother. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So her DNA is solidified. You know what I mean? Like, and she makes her best music with us. I feel like that. Like, there's just a chemistry there, you know, with us and her that when I listen to Yummy outside of us, it's not the same.
Yeah,
it's good.
You got new shit. She
is one of those unique voices.
Well,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
in the past, not the same. You know what I mean? When she was with the Rain, remember the group? Rain?
Absolutely.
It was cool, but it not the same as when it was with us. You know, and I would always lean on her like, yo, songwriting, you got a chemistry with Paz. You got a chemistry with Dave West. Like it's something else when it's over there. It's just,
and she was like, nigga, stop hating.
He's so fucking talented. Like,
one thing I love, man, you know, she's open to, you know, to criticism, you know, and I'm always coming from a good place with it. You know, I want to see everybody win. You know what I mean,
who are some of the artists that y'all sit back, you know, in y'all downtime and be like, I like these guys?
In terms of like being new or just
anybody today?
Oh, today.
I mean, Anderson .Paak, he not new, but he one of my favorites, man.
Yeah. Anderson .Paak is a legend.
God. Like super.
Yeah, he definitely has some of y'all DNA in him for sure.
You know what's crazy is when I met him a couple years back at the Blue Note, right? And he wasn't quite educated on De La.
Really?
He was more educated on Tribe.
Yeah.
And I can
said that.
Yeah,
he said that.
And I can understand that because
his big homies knew it.
But like the fun side he has to me is more De La than his Tribe. Like, that's interesting.
No, that's real.
But when he heard our stuff, he was like, yo, man. And I was overwhelmed because he's like, Maceo, your voice, man.
Yeah.
I want to produce your voice. I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
I have some questions from some amazing MCs. Jay Electronica wanted to ask you guys, how and when did you realize that you were this good at live performances?
It took a while.
When we really sucked. Yeah, we realized
It took a while. No, seriously, it took a minute. You know,
we sucked at one point.
we had this amazing album that was very colorful, vivid, and we didn't know how to bring that to a live show. You know, we had to figure it out, and we had great teachers who took the time to let us know, whether it was Chuck, LL,
NWA.
yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
They but yo, man, do this. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure if Dave goes to this end of the stage pass, this is Dougie telling me, like, yo, you go to that side. Like, have balance. Let the crowd see it look uniformed. And so it was just trial and error.
Rebecca Foster, who's like the spinner sound engineer for everyone. Fellas, stop cuffing the mic.
Mike,
Yeah.
you learn. Because like I said, like, from this first tour we went on in 89 with all the people we mentioned, the LLs and all that, and then we go right after that to this Fine Young Cannibals tour in throughout the UK, and we're in festivals. So that was the biggest thing for us. We're this hip hop group who have all these listeners outside of hip hop. Like they could feel like, yo, like outside of hip hop, outside of daylight, I don't really fuck with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we had to learn how to perform for that crowd. We had to learn how to perform at these festival crowds, which is a whole different crowd because it'll be someone there early waiting for Lenny Kravitz to get on.
Yeah.
But you in the way.
How do you approach those though?
You have to learn how to be like, all right, and I would be like, I'm gonna make him smile before it's over. Once I was learning how to get to him, like, I got you. And you will bring people on stage, or, you know, you just learn these ways of just trying to communicate to the crowd and have them be a part of it. And we just kept getting better and better at it.
And it's like, it's introducing yourself to a new friend.
Yeah.
You know, you can't expect them to be all warm and fuzzy in the beginning. People got to warm up to each other. So it takes some time, and you got to be humble in your approach.
Yeah.
You know?
This is from Fonte, from Little Brother.
Man.
Fonte ask about the responsibility of ownership. Everybody says own your masters, but very few could pull off the campaign that you guys have been doing with your catalog.
What's the importance of owning? Well, it's intellectual property, man. It's like owning a house. You know, it's something that actually can feed your family for years to come. You know, once you learn about the business of intellectual property, you need to know that you need to own at least a portion of it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, granted, in the world of doing business, when people are offering their money up for your dream, of course they want a piece of the pie, you know? So you have to be very conscious of what you're willing to give up or not willing to give up. But owning your masters and your publishing is very, very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Rapper Big Pooh, also from Little Brother, I thought had an amazing question. He said, ask them, how does a group survive over 3 decades with no separation, no public fallouts, especially in an industry that was designed for groups to break up in the early 2000s, choosing to only focus on the stars? Because groups, early 2000s,
They dismantled a lot.
Which I thought Pooh asked an incredible question there.
Amazing.
I mean, it was a common goal to be a group.
Yeah.
You know, it's been God's blessing to stay a group. You know, it shows a testament of our brotherhood because we definitely been through some things, you know, but the importance is how you come out the other side.
Yeah.
And coming out the other side shows the true testament of your brotherhood, you know, and you don't realize that brotherhood until those moments actually happen, you know. And we had some strenuous moments, but we always resort back to us three, and we took our problems home. We never did.
And we were brothers. Like, we were truly
family fight.
You know what I mean? All. It ain't a family fight. Now I gotta go make a diss record. It was like, this is my brother. This is my brother. Like,
this is a regular holiday.
And then after the fight, you feel bad. You do feel bad. You know what I mean?
Mind you, I didn't like if I'm on a tour bus and I wanted warm, and these two motherfuckers needed really cold.
Ice cold, yeah.
But you know what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta sleep in my hoodie tonight.
He camps out in the back of the bus and take the whole shit over and smoke weed.
Yeah.
You know, and that
All right,
type
we
of
stop
shit.
in the next truck stop. We're gonna get him extra blankets. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy some fragrances to clean this all up.
Yeah.
Put some towel in the door and all that.
Make it work.
So we
Yeah.
gonna
Make it work.
We're
Yeah.
gonna compromise.
Yeah, man. That's what it was. Compromise. As he said, we always saw ourselves as a group. No one could come and be like, yo, Posh, you should do this solo record. Or, all right, whatever. Like, we are a group. We're brothers, man.
Yeah.
We love each other. Yeah.
In the event you guys grew up in this era, who would have tweeted y'all problems first?
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm sneaky like that. I don't want no nigga know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It damn sure wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say like he would do, but if I had to put it in order, it was probably you. Then me and then Dave, because Dave was in the truth.
Dave never gave a fuck.
That was the Haitian him. He was in the truth. You couldn't find that nigga. So
Yeah.
Dave wouldn't say shit.
Yeah. Man, this was, I don't even want to say like bucket list. This was an honor to have y'all.
Oh,
Like,
man.
I feel so
100%,
privileged to have y'all
Thank
come
you,
to our
yo.
studio and
I'm
speak with
talking about,
us
y'all
like
don't
mere
understand,
mortals.
man. Like literally, like I used to run home because I can't miss Daylight on video music. You miss it, that's it. You got to wait till,
Yeah, no.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like literally, though, I remember those days. Like I got to
you, bro.
catch the Daylight video.
For real, man.
So to have y'all here in the studio today,
have
thank
Sean
y'all.
C here, like
Sean C.
fucking legend.
It's just a lot of just history and culture, and just thank y'all for everything that y'all have done.
Yeah,
and given
thank you,
to the
brother.
culture.
Thank you,
y'all
man.
for the inspiration. Thank y'all for everything that y'all continue to do. Thank y'all for continuing to approach it in the same way you did in 89, 88, with just that attention to detail.
And Kevin and Scott does not sound like y'all chasing. It sounds
I
like
really
2025.
can't wait for like y'all
it sounds like
fans to hear
2025.
this album, because it's like they're not gonna believe that y'all were able to make this type of album in this climate, like, and really sound like y'all did 30 something years. Like it's fucking insane that y'all were able to do that. So
And was there healthy competition?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Because you
that's
know
always a part of it.
the
You need
Miguel
that.
album coming, you know the Mobb Deep one coming, you know Slick Rick coming, you know Ghost here, you know
I got
Ray
no
here.
problem holding my hand up.
yeah.
When I was in them early sessions.
Yo, Sean C, what's Ghost doing over there? No, please.
Yeah.
How was part of the pivot from the Peep and Cream.
Yeah.
Part of those sessions.
No, well, that's what we had said earlier. Like, I knew in the early sessions that when Massive brought us together, and me, Nas, or Ray, Ghost, and we're bugging out. But I'm looking at these niggas like, yo, I'm not gonna be a slouch. Like,
I'm not playing. Yeah.
Ghost is playing shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this nigga got some shit.
Supreme Clientele 2 is crazy.
Ray is telling them this wild thing like, yo, your cover should be you robbing yourself. We all laughing. That was crazy. And I'm like, and their energy, it was like that made me feel like, yeah, man, like I gotta open this up from being a Pete Rock premiere thing, because I gotta kill these niggas.
Yeah.
But in a real like honorable way, because that's how much I respect them. Like I gotta make sure that my album is nowhere near whack. Like I can't have that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I have that healthy level of not only competition, but being scared. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like I can't look whack.
Yeah.
Black Thought is gonna get on the record with me.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna kill it.
And he a Leo?
Right.
Yo, I know he's gonna write his I know
Black Thought
is gonna write his
he paused
rhyme
halfway
in
through his verse
12
and kept
minutes.
rapping.
Yeah.
But I gotta like, Jesus, I gotta make sure that at least I got some quotables.
Yeah.
Because I'm standing next to that dude or my brother Common. Like, that's how I looked at it. And that's how I looked at Nas. Like, I'm gonna get on this record with Nas. Like,
What's crazy is though, I feel like Common, Black Thought, Nas, Ghost, I feel like that's how they view y'all.
100%.
Like I think the way you looking at them, I think they're looking like, nah, I'm with Daylight.
I gotta get my shit off.
I gotta.
they know that they can come over here and go for it, and it's about quality with us. It's not a styling thing. I don't need you on my record just so I can come on your show and tell you,
Right.
nah, like that's how we feel, man. We love what we do, bro.
No,
We love this.
We
man.
hear it. We've seen it. And again, man, it's just been an honor and a privilege.
I think that's what we catching in this day and age. Who really loves it? Who really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll weed itself out.
Yeah.
The track will take itself out.
The DSPs don't pay,
Right.
Yeah.
so it's
You gotta
gonna
be able
show
to rock. Yeah.
It's gonna show a testament who really loves this. and don't.
Absolutely. Before I let y'all go, are y'all re-releasing the dunks? Is there talks to Nike? Like, I need to know
Yo,
before I pay this heavy ticket.
I'm
He's a
just
size
trying to
10.
say, I would love to. I mean, it's just not on me. It's like, my people's Donnie Baxter over there at Nike. Like,
Shout out to Dawn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of like try to throw like a little like, yo, and she'd be like, she'd be silent.
Yeah.
So I'd be like,
No, that
We
needs
need
that
the
needs to
cabin.
come back. That needs to that
We need the cabin.
that
we,
don't
we would love to do that.
There you go.
that is an
Right.
iconic. That is an
Cabin dunks.
incredible,
Yeah.
incredible sneaker.
Word up.
And I know we have Mass Appeal here as well. Shout out
Yep.
my Kyle. With everything you're talking about, was that documented? Because I know Mass Appeal does
whole
incredible
process,
documentaries.
recording.
Yeah,
There's
it was
no
people-
fucking way that
No,
Peter
no,
was
no.
just like, we're not going to film this.
No. People was definitely coming through filming.
Okay.
And we caught a
Okay,
lot of
yeah.
dope
Okay,
moments.
cool.
I can't wait to see that footage.
Yeah, man.
And do we get a tour?
I
from
would love to.
Kevin Scott?
I
I
would
mean,
love
we
to.
always doing shows.
We always
so
do.
Yeah.
We got
But
shows
specifically for this album to talk.
I would
hopefully,
love to.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah.
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 We
I'm
putting it in the ether.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, listen, man. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you, my brother.
Salute
Y'all,
to De
I
La Soul.
appreciate y'all
Yeah,
as
man.
well. Y'all are holding it down with integrity.
Thank you,
Much
man.
love,
Appreciate that.
respect.
Thank you,
Yeah.
bro.
Stick to your guns. Keep it going, man.
Thank
And
you.
just real quick, even off of what he just said, like, yo, man, like, we blessed to be who we are. We blessed to be of an age. And nigga, we like geeked out that we on your show.
See,
You understand what I'm saying?
Cut it out.
Like,
I don't even
yo,
wanna
me
hear
and
it.
my wife,
That's not
fuck with y'all. Like, we know y'all.
we're
We
just,
watch
we're
y'all.
just idiot fans with microphones. We have
like, yeah, though. This is
Yeah.
like, nah.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Y'all are like,
Y'all define the culture that we love. We're just
Yo.
guys that
Yeah.
have electricity.
You covering it responsibly.
yeah.
And I love that. For
Well,
real.
we definitely, that's definitely one of the conversations we have. Like,
Yeah.
brother.
we want to make sure that we talk about the right shit. We talk about it the right way from an honest perspective. We could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
open to that too. But I just, as long as
it
we,
never comes off as hating, though.
yeah, no, I'm never,
And it's
I
not
never woke up and hated. Yeah,
it's
no,
none
no,
of that.
no.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
do that.
It ain't gossipy.
I
This
try
shit
not
is
to,
real
man.
deal.
We definitely
Yeah,
try
no,
not to.
no
really,
doubt.
really appreciate
But
those
thank
words.
y'all, Cabin in the Sky,
Yes,
November
sir.
21st.
Peace.
Download that, stream that,
Facts.
support De La Soul. I'm that
Please.
nigga, he's just Ginger. That's De La Soul.
November 21st, please.